How you doing? Come on in. The Come On In Sports Network invites you to join us for the 9th annual Kelly Mills Fundamentals of Football Camp. This year's camp will be Saturday, June 29th at 9 a.m. at Harrell Playground in New Orleans, Louisiana. Donations are welcome, and if you would like to be a guest speaker, please contact the legendary Coach Rock at 504-417-2529. See you then.
The Come On In Sports Network.
How you doing? Come on,
yes,
man.
sir. Yes, sir.
We are in the building, baby. The Western Conference Finals is over as the Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks just humble, take them out behind the woodshed, open up a can of whoop ass. Anything you want to call it, they did it tonight in Minnesota. But most importantly, I'm disappointed in the Minnesota Timberwolves for their effort. For them to come out in the Game 5 at home, a Game 5 that can eliminate you, it's almost as if they had in their heads, okay, we won Game 4, we stayed away from a sweep. Now we're going back home. We should get Game 5 and come back to Dallas. My friend. Luka came out and said, no, Kyrie came out and said no. And listen, the two best closers in this series from game one, they closed it out. They send the Mavericks to the NBA Finals next Thursday against the Boston Celtics. We'll have time to break that down next week. But, man, you got great matchups all across. Porzingis is coming back. You got Brown, you got Tatum, you got Kyrie, you got Luka, you got Gafford, you got Lively, you got Jones, you got Drew Holiday. And I'm just starting right there. Great game, guys. So, Zach, I'm going to start with you. What was your thoughts, first of all, on the effort that the Minnesota Timberwolves came out with tonight?
So I actually didn't get to watch the first half because I was on the road. But, I mean, when I came into the second half, it felt like they were dead. And from what I was hearing from people in chat as well as non, is that it felt like that the whole game. You know, my thing is, as much as I'm disappointed in Minnesota, it's also like one of those things where I'm not, you know, like I'm upset but not disappointed, I guess is the best way to put it. I'm upset that they didn't come out with energy. I'm upset that they didn't play up to the expectation that they held themselves throughout the playoffs so far. But I'm not disappointed because this is a big jump from where they've been in previous years. I know if you're Ant and Gobert, you're probably really frustrated, or if you're Conley, you're frustrated because this was like, you know, a big push of your career, getting to this moment, having a chance to go into the finals, and you had the toughest mountain to climb being down 3-0. And then to come out in your own home court feeling a little slow, it's definitely tough. But they got a big future, man. And we'll see Edwards step up a little bit more next year, I hope. And, you know, they'll still be a competitive, tough team to beat. But Luka and Kyrie's been here before. He knows what it takes. And Luka has been here and failed too many times to let things slip out of his hands again.
Right.
Yeah.
Your thoughts, Nine?
I mean, I definitely agree with what Zach is saying. I think it's going to be an interesting series. I already kind of have who I think will win it, but I'm looking forward to it, to be honest with you. I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad to see Dallas there. That's, you know, kind of who I picked. I think Luka deserves a title. You know what I'm saying? I think he deserves a title. Right. He's fought hard and fought through a lot of injuries, fought through a lot of ups and downs, fought through a lot of bad teams to even get here with bad teams. And
he had to learn how to humble himself playing with a guy like Kyrie as well.
It's like what Zach was saying toward the end of the stream. If Luka had learned to be not necessarily a team player, but just the ability to allow his teammates to have their moments, we might have a team where this is Luka and Brunson. But because Brunson didn't feel the respect that he felt he deserved, that's why he left, and that's why he went to New York, and that's why he had a great season, even though his season is over. But now that Luka and Kyrie have gotten to a point where they truly trust each other, but they also trust their teammates, and that's all the way down to the 15th player or 13th player, whatever it is now. It's just trust across the board, and everybody has stepped up in the moments where they were needed to step up. So that's a big plus for players who normally wouldn't get to shine, especially on other teams. Right. So that's actually a big thing for this Dallas Mavericks team.
Right. And we know next series Boston will have Porzingis coming back. But tonight, Dallas got Kleber back. Kleber can hit the 3+. Kleber's running the better defensive big man in the National Basketball Association. A lot of people are not aware of that. So him coming back, like I say, man, that series, man, is going to be loaded, man. And all the hype that's going to be built up for it, I think it's going to be deserved, and I think it's going to deliver. But as for the night, man, again, hats off to Jason Kidd. Kidd.
Finally did it. He coached a hell of a series.
He coached a hell of a series.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
For all the flack that he took. Hey, this is why I'm with not getting rid of a young coach, a coach that's young in the profession.
You tell that to the Pelicans? Thank you.
Yeah, that's I'm just saying. We having a good time tonight.
It's all about
the marriage. It's about marriage nation tonight, baby.
I got
you. It's about marriage nation. We don't want to spoil their party, man. But anyway, like we were saying, man. Jason Kidd, great job coaching in this series, man. And they said it during the telecast when he was talking to the players. He wasn't talking to them as a coach. he was talking to him as a player who has been there and done that.
Oh yeah.
So now he knows. Kyrie, of course, knows what it takes to get there. Jason Kidd knows what it takes to get there and win it. So to have one of your best players leading the way on the floor and your head coach, who is arguably one of the best guards ever to play the game, and who has delivered and been in those big moments, man, you can see this. And listen, the Mavericks are a young team. You take away Kyrie, they're still a young team.
Very young.
And so look, the future's bright. Now, I think Boston's going to probably come out and be the favorite in this series, but I think Dallas can get them. I think Dallas can get them.
I think so too.
So I want to say one thing before we start talking about the next matchup coming up was you talk about Jason Kidd and how he came from an approach of I've been here. I've been here too. I know what it's like to be on the on the court, going through these emotions, these feelings, hearing the crowd, hearing all this, having these expectations. Will we start seeing a bigger trend of players, coaches in the NBA? Like NBA has tried before, and I felt like they've always kind of rushed it, right? We saw like Steve Nash get rushed into a coaching job. That didn't work out. Jason Kidd got rushed into it. It's starting to pan out now. It's been a trend with the NFL where players, coaches are some of the better ones. Will we see that with the NBA more often?
Well, I think we had a lot of former player coaches throughout the history of the National Basketball Association. Steve Kerr, Mo Jackson, Phil Jackson.
I mean,
I forget Phil and Mark played.
Phil.
I mean, there were actually honestly a lot more in the 90s and early 2010s.
Right.
There was a lot more then.
Really? Okay.
Than they are now.
That's just ignorance on me, so I appreciate y'all for educating me.
Right. So, yeah, man. And, again, congratulations to the Mavericks. But, man, Luka, superstars had to show up. And when it was time for superstars to show up, none was bigger than the first quarter. Luka just came out. And, man, he was chunking as soon as he crossed half court, man. He was letting it go. He had a flamethrower. He was talking to fans on the left side of the court, the right side of the court. I love it, man. I love his attitude, man.
Yeah, Zach sent me a post about why he was talking to the fans. Zach, you can go ahead and let them know. Zach, tell them about that.
Yes, I just went and pulled it up. So at the beginning of the game during pregame, a fan inside the Target Center was waving a handkerchief at Luka Doncic early in the first quarter, apparently in reference to him crying for fouls. Doncic saw him and smiled, and now he keeps looking to the fans' side of the court during the early 20-point flurry. And this was posted, I think, right around like the middle way of the second quarter. And then in the third quarter, you actually see him make an and one shot, and he goes and looks right at that fan. He goes, "Who's crying now?"
Yeah.
And some
love it.
Obscenities or explicit words.
Now, as I was watching the game and he was doing that, and I was watching, my wife actually was watching with me, and I told her, if you thought that was something, you should have saw what he said at the end of game 3 when he broke when he broke Gobert's ankles, and he was like, "Go home, bitch." And I was like, yeah, look.
It felt like playoff basketball, man. Like, it's like we really haven't felt I haven't felt playoff basketball most of this series. Most of this year. There has been less competition in the East, or at least not trash talk. Pacers and Knicks kind of got heated a little bit, but that soon died, and they all were both new. So also, they really didn't have a whole bunch of trash talk about. And in the West, kind of same thing. A lot of young, good teams in the West, but a lot of young teams. We didn't see that trash talk. This is the first time where you're just hearing it.
I like how he embraced the villain on the road. I'm that dude, because the only reason they talking to you is because you that dude, right? Because you're that dude, and
exactly.
They're gonna talk to you, and they're gonna talk to Kyrie. Everybody else, they all right, but you that dude when the fans are talking crap to you before the game even starts.
Very true.
But again, man, shouts out, and let's go over to some of these final statistics on the night, fellas. PJ Washington on the night was 4-9 from the field, 2 of 5 from downtown. He finished with 12. Man, shout out to Jones. He was only 2 of 6 from the field, but his defensive effort on Anthony Edwards, man. Listen, you can't stop Anthony Edwards, but he made it hard and difficult. His defensive effort, second and third efforts, fighting over screens, man. He just left it all on the court. He scored 5 tonight. Gafford, what more you going to say about the big man? 9 rebounds tonight. He put in 11, and Kyrie Irving started off slow, and then he came on. Both he and Luka finished the evening with 36. Kleber, Lively off the bench, scored 9. Of course, he took the shot to the head by Reed. I'm thankful that he was all right. It was kind of scary, like, wow, the kid just came back from a neck injury. So glad to see that he was able to stay in the game. He finished with 9 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. That young man, the ceiling for that kid is so high.
Very high.
Absolutely, man.
Now, for the Minnesota Timberwolves, in the losing effort, Karl Anthony Towns shot the ball 20 times. He was aggressive. Only 1 of 6 from downtown, 9 of 10 from the free throw line. He finished with 12 rebounds, 28 points, and the L was also finished with 28. He was 10 of 18. McDaniels struggled this evening. I'm not even mention Rudy Gobert. I shouldn't even say his name. To me, the guy, I just don't like him. I just don't like the player. I don't like the way he plays.
Does he get rewarded so much whenever anyone that watches basketball, like, just genuinely doesn't like him? And not because you hate him, because he's not good to be hated on. He's not good enough to be hated on.
The man is like 7'2". You're a walking double easy, and you just don't get him. Like, you don't rebound well. How do you not rebound? You're the tallest guy on the court.
And if you looked at him tonight, when Anderson got him in the pick and roll and got Luka to switch on him in the first quarter, in the first period, excuse me, that was the most aggressive he's been the whole series. But you can see it was a struggle for him even to get the shots up. Like, he was just throwing the ball up there, basically. It's like, dude, other than defense, and right now his defensive player of the year award is in question from his performance in this series.
He's got so many bodies this series that it's hilarious. How many times you have the defensive player of the year and we have Gafford alley-ooping over you 3 to 4 times a game?
Right.
Nobody's scared of him. Nobody's afraid of going against him. Nobody's scared of going against him.
Not too many
and
people
Gafford sat in his bubble too. That's the thing.
Really...
Gafford allowed him to sit in his little bubble that he liked.
Why would I
move?
Why would I come out and guard him? I'm gonna sag off him all day. Why am I even coming out to guard him? I'm saying opposite. I'm saying Gafford didn't even try to pull him out wide. He allowed Gobert to sit in his happy place into his bubble on defense, right,
and still manhandled him down there.
Yeah,
it just doesn't exist to me.
Right, man. It was I'm just disappointed by the effort though. It's a game 5. This elimination, you knocked off, and see, this is what get a lot of people upset. You knocked off the defending champions, and then you go into the Western Conference Finals and you get beat 4-1. And the way that you lost this last game, this deciding game that eliminated you, that was downright embarrassing, man. At one point in that game, I'm looking at it, and you can actually look at their body language, and you can see some of those guys quit. They quit.
Yeah.
They gave up. Like, it was just not all night. Nah, man.
Well, that's why when they came back from halftime, you saw it then.
Yes.
They weren't really pushing for the 50-50 balls. They weren't really diving. Like, Dallas was diving on everything, they was trying to steal it from him, trying to wrestle the balls from him. And it's like, you probably see Reed on the ground, and you might have seen another player on the ground. But for the bulk, the stars, they weren't playing to the potential. They weren't playing to the potential.
Right. I mean, they come out, they a simple high pick and roll. Luka throws an alley, and I'm sitting there like, bro, right out the locker room. This is what you gonna give up?
But he's throwing a blind alley oops. He's just throwing it up there. He's not even looking. He's just throwing it.
Can y'all hear that noise? Because I'll mute if y'all can.
A little bit, but
vacuum.
Let me go try. I'm gonna go try to fix it. Hold on a second.
All right. But yeah, so what we gonna do now? We
just turned off.
We got
we
Hurricane
have air
Mike,
in our pipes,
and we got Trey in the back. We gonna bring Hurricane Mike on right now. Trey, we gonna get you. Mike, how you doing?
What's up, Mike?
Welcome in, brother.
What's up? Today was my bunny's birthday, so that was cool.
Happy birthday, man. All the birthdays this month, huh, Mike?
I guess.
Hold on, Mike. You said today was it? Hold on, Mike. You said it's your bunny's birthday?
Yeah.
You got a rabbit, man.
Support bunny.
Yeah.
What's your bunny name, man? Please don't say Bugs.
His name is Manila.
Manila?
Yeah.
Vanilla.
It's Manila. Like if you watch Godzilla, you would know.
Okay, Godzilla. Manila.
Gotcha. I thought he said Mandela at first. And I'm he's spiritual. All right.
So, Mike, what was your thoughts about the game tonight?
Well, the game was there a game though? I don't think
question, Mike. It's a good question, Mike.
That was not a game. That was a murder. Like I was watching that game and I'm like, is this illegal? Is this legal? Because in the first quarter, Luka wasn't missing. Women got 20 points in the first quarter. And I'm like, what on earth? So was that even a game? Or was I just watching Luka just shoot everybody in sight?
Man, he just taking everybody out, man. He was a sniper. Most of his shots didn't even hit the rim. It was all net.
Yeah, it was all net. Just listen, like I put in the chat, we were watching greatness on display tonight. Two of the greatest to do it, and Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic. The Mavericks have two of the greatest ever to put a basketball in their hand right now. And again, tonight they were the superior team. They were the better coach team. They were the better prepared team mentally, and they went out there. They took care of business on the road. And I'm not gonna lie. If I was a player, I would love to win the series on the opposing team's floor in front of their fans.
Oh yeah.
You know, and the thing is, they never allowed the fans to get into the game.
No,
because the T-Wolves didn't allow the fans to get into the game. By their action, by their play.
They got in the game for about 5 minutes in the third quarter. That was it.
That was it. That was all she wrote, man. All right, we're gonna bring Trey the wave on. Trey, how you doing? Trey, you there? You muted, Trey.
Trey probably went to sleep.
Hello?
Yeah, there you go.
Hello?
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Hello, how's it going? Never mind that. My cam was bad. My cam just froze up, so I'm using my V2 anyway. So
no worries.
No problem.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on the game tonight, my brother?
Was it really a game?
I'm sorry. Say again.
It was not good. The game was terrible.
It was not good.
The game. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
So
Game was not okay. Okay, okay. That was not a game. Let's be honest. Hello?
Right. Yeah, we listening. You live.
You got the floor, man. We listening to you.
We listening to you. We want to get your thoughts on the entire night.
So
hold on. Let me exit back in because my thing is like my mic is like going crazy right now.
Okay.
Just give me 1 second.
Okay.
All right. Trey's gonna step off for a moment. He'll be right back. But yeah, man. So, what are some of the matchups we're looking forward to in the next series?
I think I want to see what Kyrie does. I think this is going to be an interesting series for him because Brown or Tatum's going to have to take Kyrie. Easily, it's not to be one of them. They're gonna have to take Kyrie, but I don't know if they can. Well, I don't think they can stop Kyrie. They can try their best to slow him down, but it'll be an interesting matchup between the two,
right?
As well as Gafford. If Porzingis comes back, Gafford, and now Kleber being back, it stretches the floor for him a little bit more because on the defensive end you can have Kleber hitting Porzingis because he got the height. They'll match up a little bit better, and then Porzingis have to try to stop Gafford on the other end. And I don't think he's athletic enough or fast enough to keep Gafford under control. So I think that'll be an interesting matchup. And of course, it's Brown. I think Brown, he's going to have his way. I think Brown's going to have his way. If it's anything like the previous postseasons for them, I see Tatum struggling again. It's just what he does in the postseason. He struggles, but he'll probably look good towards the latter part of the games. But I think,
that's been the trend all night or all series, right? Start off real cold and then like kind of warm up at the end, and then you look at his stats, and if you didn't watch the game, you're like, oh, he played well, and then but if you actually watch, you don't think he did. Trey did say he is ready, but I wanted to say one more thing about the game that happened tonight. Was that I'm looking at the box score. Like I said, I didn't get to watch the whole game, but it's crazy to me how really everything is so close between each other. Like you have your free throw difference is only a difference in two favored by the Mavs. Rebounding is only favored by 4. Again, favored by the Mavs. So it's like the little benefits that they're having. Turnovers, neither team turned over the ball a whole lot. Just one more turnover for the Mavs than the Timberwolves. It was the shooting percentage. It's the shooting percentage that killed them. 42% from the field in a playoff game compared to 54.8. And then from 3, 44.1 compared to 31.
Yeah,
it's not taking opportunities of their misses because we watched in that second half when I was able to lock into the game. They would have Dallas force missed shots by Dallas, and then they would go down to the other court, and then they would either chuck up trash or someone that should be shooting the ball. Why is Kyle Anderson shooting a corner 3?
Why?
Because they're down by 30.
It should never happen in the playoffs. I'm cool with him in that mid-range jump shot, his little floater. He's actually pretty money on there. 3-point line is not where you stand. Do not let him shoot. And the reason why he shoots is because your stars are foregoing those 3-point opportunities because they're a little contested. I thought we'd see Anthony Edwards in this series, like the other series, be aggressive and play aggressive. His shot wouldn't go in the beginning of the games, and then he would just scare you away and then try to do the right play. But sometimes as the star, as the main guy, the right play is just to shoot. He has the opposite problem of most stars. And it almost feels like a bigger problem. They need you to get hot. They need you to get going so they can get going. Because once you start shooting and you start getting doubled and have a triple guy as a spy, then that leads to your other teammates getting going.
Well, I think that has a lot to do with him being young. You know what I'm saying? Him being young and not really knowing and being in this position. And I think if they're able to make it back to this position next year, it'll definitely be a different outcome for them, I believe. I mean, but also when you look at Towns from game 1 of this series has not played like a center. He's trying to play like a shooting guard. Yes, like I said before, you won the 3-point shooting contest. Yes, you are one of the better 3-point shooting centers in the game. But when you have a clear advantage in the paint, you're forgoing that pass and you're giving it to Gobert. Like Gobert is the one to get the ball to. That doesn't make sense. Like, I mean, I sent it to you and Zach the video from Gilbert Arenas, and he explained it like perfectly well. Like, why is Towns foregoing the shot and giving the ball giving it to Gobert? Like Gobert has an offensive bag when he has 0. His offense is bad. It's bad. He's looking for the foul too because he doesn't have a bag. He barely has a shot. He doesn't have a hook shot. He doesn't have a low soft touch floater. He doesn't have a real jumper. He doesn't really have anything. He's just tall. He's tall. He's close to the rim, so he gets easy dunks. And it's sad. It's sad to see.
Well, and when we say he's sad, we're talking about by NBA standards. He's in the NBA. We're talking about by NBA standards. He's severely overrated. The players in the NBA know it. That's why they voted him the most overrated player in the National Basketball Association.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like you said, you damn near 7'3", and you don't have a drop step, you don't have a turnaround, how the hell you don't have a hook shot?
At least
a hook shot.
Post game. When do you ever see Gobert get the ball in the post?
Oh my God! Well, we saw it tonight against Luka.
That's a foot shorter than you.
Yeah, early in the game, then he flexed, and then went back to being Gobert, straight garbage.
I call it the bodge.
And I'm sorry to all the T-Wolf fans. I know y'all like him and everything, but there are a lot of T-Wolf fans who can't stand him either. No, y'all know y'all heart, he trash.
Gobert pisses me off.
He's trash.
I mean, the big problem now for Minnesota is that they're stuck with his contract, and they may have to get rid of somebody to kind of solidify that team. And it'll probably
be Nas Reed.
Nas Reed or Cat.
I'll take Nas.
I think it'd be Nas. I think it's gonna be Nas that they get rid of.
Yeah, I doubt that they get rid of Cat.
Now, Cat tonight was trying to go in the post. I got to give it to him.
Yes,
he was trying to take advantage. He was driving to the goal, so he came out determined, man. But it was just not an all-around effort. Not even a. If you're a coach and you see that your team needs that spark, they need something.
Yeah.
You had coaches who they'll get a tech something just to let their team know, hey, let's go. I got your back, man. Listen, let's get into this. But not even a coaching staff. It's like they had, it's almost like they were bewildered, like they didn't expect their guys to come out tonight and play like this. You can say it caught the coaches by surprise.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So we do have another guest, Mr. Eric Wallace in the building. What's up, Eric? How you doing?
How y'all doing?
All right.
Eric, how you doing, my brother? All the way from the West Coast, baby.
What's up,
Seattle?
West Coast is the best coast, baby.
What's up, C-Ho? What's up, 12 man? How you doing, my brother?
How you doing, Dolph? How you doing tonight, bud?
I'm doing good, my brother. What was your thoughts on tonight's game, E?
Well, I guess Dallas is just that good.
Yes.
Yeah, it feels that way, man. It feels like they finally got to the point where they just have all cylinders working. To talk about the matchup, we had a discussion with Ann. Ann's a Celtics fan. She's riding hard for the Celtics, and Andrew the GOAT also believes the Celtics are going to win. But I feel like this isn't the narrative of the Mavs being a 1 to 2 person team is not the truth anymore. They have a lot of guys. Now, how they mesh in a final series against a team like Boston, who 4 of your starting 5 have been together a long time, I mean, that's to be determined.
Right.
But with PJ Washington, he is very serviceable. We've seen him have breakout games. Gafford, we've seen him have great games. He might not saying he's going to drop 20, 30 points, but he'll go 15 and 12 with 12 boards. Then you have
3 blocks.
Jones, right? In 3 blocks, and then you got Jones Jr., who's been playing great. You also have Green, who didn't have a great series this series, but the last one was knocking down 3 after 3 after 3. It's something about the last name Green, except for Draymond. Sorry, about making threes.
Draymond shot over 43% this year, so you can't say that.
Well, there you go. All right,
I won't got that hard. Draymond got that hard.
Yeah, he got a photo thing. And he's the player of the year.
There we go. But I don't think they're the one-man Luka team or the 2-man Luka and Kyrie team that people thought they were at even the beginning of the season. Because the beginning of the season, they started off slow. People don't remember that. They were like 6-7 games behind like the Pels, who was in the 4th spot. It was after the All-Star break where they started really showing out. They found everything out. Once Gafford became that main starter, they stopped playing Powell. Lively comes in as the second. They look like a whole different team. I think they had one of the better records in the closing parts of the season than any other team.
Yeah,
they jumped from they jumped from 7 or 8 all the way to 4 in a tough division.
Yeah. Right. They played like that trade. That was one hell of a trade. And
I probably say the best trade in
the
What you say, Eric?
I'm bad at it, okay, buddy?
All right, my man. You have a good night.
You have a great night. Thank you for stopping by. I mean, like off of going off what Zach was saying, Green having a good, series last series, but not so much this series. People always forget that series are about matchups. Sometimes your matchup is not during the series. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we can assume things, but we won't know until we see those first 2 games, see what really happens. But I mean, I have a general idea that Luka and Kyrie's good. They're going to try to come out hot because Kyrie's probably going to be in Luka's ear about this is how you're going to have to start this up. This is how we're going to have to get this started. Especially, and then because like Zach was saying during the stream, Kyrie coming to here, going to Boston, a place that he was at, that basically might have the city might have bad feelings going to him, and they're going to probably do their thing. We know Boston is definitely a very racist place. I'm just gonna put it out there, and they talk very bad.
I was trying to find a clean way to say it too.
I was trying to, but I couldn't find it. They definitely talk negative to certain players, and he's gonna be somebody they're going to talk down to quite a bit. But I think where he's at mentally now is very different than where he was at mentally last season, and he's even talked about that most. Yeah, he's even talked about that a couple times.
Now he lost his deal. Lost his deal through Nike because of the whole situation that happened. Then goes through this weird period where everything was about everything off the court instead of on the court. He goes and creates his own shoe company. Man, one of his shoes that he wore the other day, they looked like moccasins. I forgot what the name was. Me and I were both like, oh, those are pretty sick. Yeah. So everything's going for him. I feel like he's finally at peace with himself, which is dangerous. And that's what he said. He said because we know how he looks in the playoffs.
Yeah, he said in the interview yesterday that he's actually at peace right now. He's at peace, so yeah.
And what has happened also is now him and Luka, they trust each other now.
Yeah,
they trust each other now. Yeah, you can see it like last game when Luka, the game when Luka was struggling, Kyrie comes out, takes over. This game, Luka sets the stage, Kyrie closes. Yeah. Now, I mean, right now they're playing off each other, man. A great win. I'm impressed. A great impressive win by the Mavericks. DFW is excited, baby. They can't wait to game 3 here in the Big D, baby. It's going down. I'm calling it right now. I'm rolling with the Mavs in 6. And I'm saying that for
man, you about to have us sound like parakeets in here, bro.
I'm saying this for a Pacific gentleman, one of my best friends in the world, my brother, James Muhammad. I said that for you, baby. Mavs in 6, baby. Mavs in 6.
Is he a Dallas fan, or are you trash talking your friend?
I'm trash talking him. He's a Celtic fan.
Oh, okay.
He's a bean timer, baby.
As soon as you said best friend, I knew you were trash talking because you don't ever talk nice to your best friend.
Yeah, no, it's because they stupid sometimes. Ain't no other way to say that. That's what they say. They know about me, so
they
love them.
They look at us as Saints fans and Pelicans fans, so they're like, y'all dumb too. So I mean, we understand.
I mean,
Look, but I got Mavs in 6 as well, but a lot of it boils down to how Porzingis is really going to be, right? I wish I would have been able to see Porzingis, even if it was just 1 or 2 games. I know they got a whole week, and he was, I think, technically eligible to play in Game 5, but I think they decided not to, or did he? I didn't watch Game 5. I was out of town. I don't think they did, though.
No, he didn't.
I think they opted not to, but he was ready from some things that I was reading leading up to the game. So how will he come out after being basically a month off of playing, and then coming into a final series, against teams like the Mavs who are coming at you jugular, right? How are you going to be able to play? Are you going to be able to play dominant minutes? Are you going to be a shadow of yourself, or are you going to be the guy that you normally are when you're healthy? That's the questions, right? Porzingis is a good question. Factor. Porzingis is a key factor. Porzingis comes out and plays ball. He shoots the 3 well. Can hold down Gafford and run around with him and chase him around. Then I think Celtics are the favorite. But I don't know if Porzingis is ready for that. And Horford is not going to be able to stick with Gafford. If Horford was dunking on Gobert, I'm sorry, if Gafford was dunking on Gobert, Gafford's putting his lower region in Horford's face. Like it's just how it's gonna happen.
And that could be the thing. Like if they're starting Horford and they start Gafford, that could be what they do. It's like we're gonna go through Gafford to
See how this matchup goes.
See what happens.
That's what I would do.
Because if you get Horford in trouble early, that changes how that offense runs.
Mm-hmm.
Boston misses Williams. They miss.
Oh,
Williams.
Absolutely. Yeah,
they
Williams. Robert Williams.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. They missed Robert Williams, man.
Absolutely. That was the biggest loss of their offseason. That was the biggest loss of their offseason. To get Drew Holiday and to replace, like, I think Drew Holiday is definitely a big bonus over like Smart. I think he's better on offense, and I honestly think he's a better defender than what Marcus Smart is, even though I think Smart might have one more DPOY than he does. But losing Williams, even with his injury history, is the hugest loss because they don't have anyone that can cover down low. They just don't. I mean, if anything, they're really lucky right now that the 76ers were just so trash this year. You know, because Embiid would have tore them up down low.
Oh, yeah. Right. If he was fully healthy, probably, yeah. Yeah, the guy been foul trouble, too.
Exactly.
Okay, right, Trey, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes,
sir. We can hear you now.
Oh my good. How did we start my whole computer? Good. How about you?
We good, man. You got the stage, man. You got the flow.
He's got the shades on.
Yeah, they're going.
They're not like us.
Yeah, they're going camping. I'm ready. Okay. I got for this series. I think I got the Mavs in 6 because I don't like Boston. After
they took out your Pacers.
Yeah, they going camping.
Well, your Pacers helped them.
Yeah, that is true.
With their pole play down the stretch, turnovers in key situations, not able to close. Yeah. Matter of fact, y'all need a closer, man. Y'all don't have a closer.
They said we might get Paul George back, but I don't want him. If he wants to, I'll be fine. I'm happy about it, but
Paul George might go to Philly.
Yeah, Paul not coming back to Indiana. I think going to the city of brotherly love, man.
Paul don't want to go there because he's gonna be the only person playing defense the whole year.
Yeah,
I think if Paul goes there, he goes there to retire. Like it's just one of those things because you don't want to go to the place you were from and still have years left and then want to go play again, somewhere else. You're not going to do that. I think that's the same reason why Chris Paul never even thought about trying to come back to the Pels until like now that he's on the edge of retirement. Now it's because now it's like go for a year. I'm cool with CP3.
We want CP3, but CP3 Matt Marlin. That's a good combination.
Yeah, Pacers.
That's a good combination.
What's a good combination?
CP3 and Matt Ryan. That's a good combination.
Matt Ryan
and CP3. How you get that combination?
Hey, I don't know.
Hey, Matt Ryan for the Pels, man. He shut down the Lakers that one game, or shut us down when he played for the Lakers that one game.
Matt Ryan be shooting that rock, though, man. But look, man, again, congratulations to the Mavericks, man.
Absolutely.
Now you get a whole week to prepare for the Boston Celtics, and likewise, the Celtics now pretty much knew who they would be playing. It just came a few days later. So the NBA finals are set June 6th. That's next Thursday. Will you guys be live streaming game 1?
We should be.
Oh, we should be. Man, unless there's a power outage or a storm, we'll be here.
When's the NHL finals?
And we will have the post-game recap show right after every game. So John to come on that Sports Network for that. Go ahead. No, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I was saying, I know you said Mavs in 6. Trey said Mavs in 6. Zach, you say Mavs in 6. And yeah, I mean, I can go against the grain and say Mavs in 5, but I think it's Mavs in 6. So
yeah,
because that was my prediction for my video. That was my prediction. So I said Mavs in Denver. Whoever goes against Boston, I think wins no matter what. But I think it's in 6.
Yeah, man. I just see them. I think it's gonna be a great series. Now, it's the swing thing to me, man. is what kind of defense will Boston be able to play on Luka? I'm presuming they're going to probably start off with Holiday on Luka and Brown on Kyrie.
Yeah.
And then listen, White's a really good defender also for Boston.
They might put White on Kyrie.
On Kyrie, yeah.
On Kyrie.
Yeah, they might put
White
on
Kyrie. Jalen probably on PJ Washington, because it's not going to wear him out, and that way on the offensive side of the court, he's going to be able to go and do whatever he wants. Because PJ, he'll slash every now and then, but for the most part, he's sitting, he's sitting waiting for the catch and shoot.
Right.
So, yeah, I think they roll that. Now, for the rest, I don't know.
Right. Well, look, fellas, we want to thank everybody for joining us for the Western Conference Finals Game 5 recap show as the Dallas Mavericks prevailed 124-103, and it really wasn't that close as the Mavericks from the tip is just imposed their will on the Minnesota Timberwolves, sending T-Wolves packing out of the playoffs with a 4-1 win. And next Thursday, Game 1, NBA Finals, it will be the Dallas Mavericks in Beantown taking on the Boston Celtics. Everybody on this panel we got the Mavericks in 6, baby. If you don't like it, too bad. We love it. You're welcome to come on here and talk your talk to us. Listen, we're gonna have a great time. We're gonna open up the chat, man. The link will be in the chat for you guys to come on after each game and express your thoughts on the game. So again, we want to thank you all on behalf of the Come On In Sports Network. Thank you all for being here. I'm Dove Jackson. That's Trader Wade. He's Zach. He's Non-Fiction, Real Fan Sports. And listen, everybody have a good night, and we'll see you later. We out of here.
Peace out.
Yabba game out.
The Come On In Sports Network.
How you doing? Come on in. The Come On In Sports Network invites you to join us for the 9th annual Kelly Mills Fundamentals of Football Camp. This year's camp will be Saturday, June 29th at 9 a.m. at Harrell Playground in New Orleans, Louisiana. Donations are welcome, and if you would like to be a guest speaker, please contact the legendary Coach Rock at 504-417-2529. See you then. Welcome all sports fans. I'm Dolph Jackson, one of the hosts of the Come On In Sports Network, a brand new sports network catered to sports heads like yourselves. Here on the Come On In Sports Network, we'll be covering the latest topics and current sporting news from around the world, such as baseball, football, basketball, and more. So sit back, relax, put your feet up, and come on in.